to my channel. Today's video we are going to go through the boys' clothes. So this was going to be a clothing clean out video, but then I thought about it and decided to make it a get it done with me. Today we're gonna go through our clothes, take down the playroom, paint lamps for the living room, move my desk to a new space, and start painting the baseboards. I feel like it wasn't that long ago that I did this, but because of their ages, they're just growing so much. Emerson's drawers are packed. Some of this I know well, actually a lot of it I know it doesn't fit him, and his birthday is coming up soon, so I want to make sure we go through it, get rid of some stuff. I'm gonna try to donate them, but honestly a lot of Emerson's stuff in here that doesn't fit anymore. It used to be Landon, so a lot of it is worn out. I am very fortunate enough that the boys were so close in age that I could just do hand-me-downs, but even though we're planning on having a third, Emerson moved my little stand. Even though we're planning on having a third, I think a lot of it does just need to go in the trash because after two boys, it's pretty worn out. So we're gonna see what we're working with here. This is Emerson's room. We're gonna start here. Okay, so in here, I just have some blankets and crib sheets. So we're just gonna leave that one for now, but in here already, we have a lot of onesies. These are actually in good condition because they were packed up. Really, Emerson? They were packed up when Emerson was kind of in this clothing. Are you serious? Okay, Emerson's not gonna be quiet for me to talk, so let's hear voiceover Tara. As I said, Emerson's birthday and stuff is coming up, so I really just needed to get this organized. I knew there was a lot of stuff in here that didn't quite fit him anymore, and I really just wanted to get that sorted before we threw a bunch more things in here. So I just realized that this popped out at some point. I don't even know how, oh, there we go. No, Asa, that's not what this is for.
What's the truck?
No, that's not for the monster truck. This is for your clothes.
Clothes?
Yeah.
What's that?
Alright. I will say it's a lot harder to get things done, of course, when the kids are around. They're getting into the piles, they're, you know, fighting, you have to stop every 2 seconds, whatever the case may be. It's definitely not easy, but I've really challenged myself recently to try to do as much as I can when I'm home, because Josue is just home for a small window at night when the boys are awake, so it's really hard to just try to cram a million things into a couple hours just to make it a little bit easier. I feel really accomplished when I have a task list and I can see things that I've gotten done rather than just kind of moseyed around the house. I think I decided to change my mind on something. Obviously had this dining room as a playroom, but I think I kind of want to try it out a little different. Don't have a ton of toys. I cut back a lot. I got rid of a lot of stuff that was outdated for them, like a little too young. We're not left with a whole lot because, as you guys know, my boys play with cars and that's mostly it. And so this toy room, playroom isn't getting used to its full potential. The mess is like visible at all points of my house basically. I was like, this is so avoidable if I just put it in their bedrooms, and a lot of times we clean up Leland's room at the end of the day when he's about to go to bed anyway, so it'll be a lot more manageable. I'm thinking it will help. I know it won't stop, but it'll help keep it in the boys' bedrooms as well versus all over the house. Like food little items and stuff get kicked all around the house. With all that said, I think I'm going to move certain toys into Landon's room, certain toys into Emerson's room, and use this space as an actual dining room. I can't believe I'm saying that. Last week I would have been like, no. I get bored. I'm here all the time. I love changing things up. Emerson's birthday's coming up and we're having a birthday party here for him, so I also like the idea of, like, even if it is a trial run, we're gonna put the table back in here, and we'll be able to have more room and more space for people to move around and eat and all that stuff without being like a little crammed once we add the leaf to that table. It's not like super crammed, but it's just tighter. And with a lot of people here, it'll just free up some space, and then we can have the bar stools that we can bring in from outside and just have more flow. We're gonna call this a trial run, but I have a feeling I'm actually gonna like it. It's just gonna make it a lot easier for me to keep the living space clean and just tidy. It doesn't even need to be clean, just a little bit more picked up than it is currently. I think I'm gonna put the kitchen and the food stuff in Emerson's room, and maybe put this back in Landon's room. This might go in Emerson's room also, actually, because we really don't have any toys in his room, so this might look good in his room. We will see. I think I'm gonna try to get rid of the baskets and not use those, but I don't know. We have a lot of these like little figure things, but see, the boys dumped out that stuff and it just gets left, and then it literally gets kicked and dragged all around the house. So I'm gonna see if this kind of eliminates it. Let's do that, and then I'll tell you what I'm gonna do over here in that space. I have to ask Kosoi and get his help tonight, but I think I'm also really gonna like what I do over there. Really glad I went ahead and tried out this playroom. It definitely worked at the beginning, but then the boys kind of got used to it and stopped going in there as much. They would gather the toys and bring it into the living room. They would get distracted by the TV or myself, and it just kind of became a useless space. The boys would knock down the baskets, as I said, and toys would just end up everywhere, and I found that it just made my mind very cluttered as well. If your house is very cluttered, it can cause you to be very anxious. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but I definitely feel that way. So it's just unmanageable when it's everywhere like that. So I started to just kind of hate that room. It didn't come together quite as I wanted it, because there's quite a few things on my mind that I wanted to purchase for it that I just hadn't yet, which I'm actually kind of, you know, at the end of the day thankful for, since it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to anyways. But it didn't go as planned, which is okay. I'm glad I tried it, and I decided to put the toys in the boys' rooms, and it's been this way for a few days actually, and the boys spend hours in their room now, and it is amazing. They actually focus play together, and it's really cool to see. Okay, we are getting nowhere with this. The boys, every single time I put something somewhere, they move it, they throw it across the room. So I'm gonna have to wait until a little bit later when Josue gets home to really sort things. This is like a tidy channel, and it's impossible to be tidy when you have kids, but I'm trying here. But this is just real life. Like I said, I'm gonna be real raw. About to go crazy. Let's go on a car ride. Moved this chair for the millionth time. This chair has been all over the place. It's super comfortable and I love it. I refuse to get rid of it, but it is just like the moving chair all over my head. I did end up leaving this bookshelf in this room, and that's because this holds puzzles and games that kind of require a little bit more attention from me when the boys play them. So I figured that worked out anyways. It was going to be next to the table where we usually use these things anyhow, and it worked out nice, and it fills a little bit of space, just adds a little bit to that room. So eventually I might get rid of it just to replace it with something else, but for now I really like it actually. Who was here on my channels when we got that for Landon's closet at our old place? Man, that feels like forever ago. When I had a table in here before, it was our other table and I really hated it, but this one fills the space just so differently. It's much bigger, it has more seating, and I'm really excited to use this for Emerson's birthday as well. But I just love the way it looks actually, even from my couch, sitting on the couch. It just looks very clean and pretty, and I don't know, I'm excited to add a little bit more and to like polish this room up, get a new lamp and all of that. Emerson, are you being nice? You need to be nice. We've had these lamps for a while. My mom actually gave them to us. She gives us so much stuff, so thanks, Mom. And I spent about 2 hours working on this. Literally got right to it. You can see our Chinese food. Let me just go ahead and blur that out because I just got straight to work. We ate dinner and I literally was like, I'm gonna paint. So I decided to try to paint the lampshades. My mom gave me the idea of using the color that's actually on the wall above the couch, and I wasn't sure how it would look and come together, but I'm really glad that I tried it out. It's a really great touch and it just looks like it was always that color. I also left the base of the lampshades a little bit I guess incomplete, so it kind of gives that farmhouse look and mirrors the look of the fireplace, which I really love that. So it all came together really nice. I didn't really film that much of this process, but it took me about 2 hours, maybe even a little bit more. It was a very long time because you couldn't paint the lampshades very fast. You had to use a lot of paint for just a small area. So I don't know, it was well worth it though. Look how cute. I'm so obsessed. She also gave us those end tables, so we're just so grateful. We love it. I have been wanting to paint our baseboards for a while now. I needed a little bit of a break from painting because I painted our whole house pretty much in this past year, so I was like a little wore out, but I am starting to go back through and paint our baseboards. They just look pretty rough, especially after I painted the wall. You can really tell like the scuffs and just how not white it is. So as you can see, painting it white, oh my gosh, it just was so satisfying and so easy. I'm really glad I decided to tape it off. It took no time. It looks incredible. I'm really obsessed. It sounds funny to be obsessed with your baseboards, but just look at that like before and after. It just filled my cup so much. It was so simple and it's just a world of a difference. That bright white, I'm very much looking forward to doing the rest of the house. And lastly, I am moving my desk, and surprise, surprise, I put it in the little breakfast nook. I was thinking about leaving my table here and making the old playroom dining room into my office space, but truly I don't need that much space for an office, and I thought this was the perfect little spot. Especially in the mornings, I just imagine myself opening those curtains and sitting there with my coffee, working on my video stuff and getting things done. And I don't know, it's really growing on me in this space. It leaves it really open in that room, but it also just gets it out of my bedroom and into its own area. Let me know down below if you guys like it here, if this is what you would have done. I think it looks really good and it'll be very beneficial moving forward. Also, let me know down below what your favorite thing was. Was it the painting projects or going through clothes? Let me know. I hope I inspired you to get things done, maybe reorganize your house like I always do. And don't forget, this is a new channel, so your support means the world to me, and go ahead and subscribe down below for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next Tidy Tuesday. Bye!